Morning, tribe. This is TJ Morris with NTX Mag. It's 6:28 a.m. Today is the 27th of March. It's a Tuesday, 2018. We are northbound 289, headed to the shop, temp shop. A shop is gone, doesn't exist anymore. It's been flattened to the ground. Thank you, hydraulics and heavy equipment. Yesterday I did a video about why preppers are gonna die. Interesting. I've gotten 0 comments on that video so far. Well, that's a lie. Doug chimed in because Doug's the man. And actually, I'm sorry, I've gotten a couple comments, but I haven't gotten anybody saying, you know what, you're wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I was on it yesterday. I think I had a bee in my bonnet. So today's video is going to be titled something to the effect of there is no resupply. Yesterday we talked about reasons you're going to die as a prepper, right? Most of which is you don't understand how to use the gear that you bought and you're carrying too much gear on your back. Well, carrying too much gear on your back, that's a tricky one. I'll admit that. I am regularly changing my loadout because I'm regularly using my loadout and constantly adapting it. Since I've started this channel, in the last 3 months, I've changed my bug out system 3 times, once a month. I'm actively engaged in using it, okay? I test my stuff out. It's one thing to, honestly, it is one thing to put a 60-pound rucksack on your back and walk with a rifle and carry a rifle at the same time. Now I want you to run a little bit, shoulder that rifle, and put some rounds on target with your rucksack on. Whole nother world, brother. Whole nother world. Now, here's the point of today's video. There is no resupply. You're carrying things you don't need to carry for a bug out, okay? You don't, and look, generally speaking, everybody's situation is going to be a little bit different. We're all grown-ups here and we're all individuals. So take this all with a grain of salt. But generally speaking, you don't need an axe. I know you like axes. I like axes too. I grew up cutting timber in upstate New York, okay? I love axes. Big fan of axes. Give me a Gransford Brooks felling axe, I'm a happy dude. But I don't need to carry around an extra 3.5 pounds of axe, okay? Because that's a half a gallon of water. And I'm not hanging out in the woods to build a log cabin. I'm getting from where I am to where I need to be, point A to point B, with as little sidestepping as possible to accomplish the mission. So that's part 1. There is no resupply. You guys need to clearly define your mission to get from this place to that place. That's bugging out. And if you've been here a while, you know I'm not a fan of bugging out. It is not my first line of defense. Okay? Okay. I advocate staying put, because then if you want to have a 3.5 pound axe, you can. But ultimately, all systems need to degrade into man-portable systems. Okay, your basic system has to fit on your body. Your chest rig, your rucksack, your belt line, your pockets, whatever, right? It's got to fit on your body and be able to go. Point 2 of there's no resupply. You're carrying a lot of things that you don't really need, which we've touched on. And because you're carrying a lot of things that you don't really need, you're not carrying enough of the things that you're definitely gonna need. I see a severe lack of water in people's bug out setups. I mean, like, severe. I see most people carrying about 2 liters. That's half a day's water. That could be 6 hours worth of water depending on conditions. What if you don't have a way to refill your water? Well, there's a creek up here which I know that it's there, and guess what, Murphy? That creek's going to be dry when you need it. And if you're not planning for that creek to be dry, you have a critical failure point in your system because your body will die without water. There is no resupply. There is no truck coming up behind you to say, hey, you okay? You need some Gatorade? You want a cookie? That's not happening. So because of that, because there's no resupply, you need to mitigate your exposure. You need to be out there for the shortest amount of time possible. And in order to do that, you need to be as lightweight, high speed, low drag, right? Lightweight, fast and efficient as possible. Lastly, there are things that you're going to need, like, God forbid, ammunition, water, calories. And look, I'm big on maintenance calories when you're bugging out, okay? You're not bringing, a great bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon and a marinated pork tenderloin with you on your bug out. I know Mountain House makes some pretty yummy food. I get it. It's lightweight. It's also like $9 a bag. How long is your bug out? Okay, David Goggins, Google him, David Goggins, or listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, although earmuffs. If you're not into swearing, that might not be the podcast for you. Goggins went 203.5 miles officially. He claims 205 miles in 39 hours. In 39 hours. Now, yes, that's a superhuman feat. I admit that. But if your bug out if it's 20 miles from your home to your office, and your bug out's going to be from your office back to your home, you don't need, 28,000 calories. Okay, you need 3 days worth of food. And by food, I mean maintenance calories. Y'all have enough, believe me, like it says, because I know I do. We have enough body fat on us that we can go 3 days on maintenance calories, okay? Your personal trainer's not going to get mad at you if you miss your protein intake for a day because you're bugging out. You'll be okay. So, a lot of what we are carrying is unnecessary. What should I carry, T? Water, a fire kit, a fixed blade knife, some kind of cover, like a Gore-Tex layer or a tarp or whatever, some paracord. You do not need a quarter mile of paracord, okay? I think 200 feet is more than adequate. And I like 100-foot hank of paracord, and then I like to cut like 10-foot pieces of paracord that you rarely need a piece of paracord that's longer than that. And if you do, I got my 100-footer. 15s are good to have too. I honestly have like maybe 4 15s, and they're all just kind of like not jumbled together, okay? That's pretty much it, man. You got your water, you got your fire, you got a knife, you got some kind of cover, and you got a little bit of cordage with you. That's survival. I mean, you can look up like military survival kits, what's in them. There's not a lot in there. Get a little fishing kit. Okay, cool. I mean, you can make all of that fit into 15 pounds worth of stuff on a day pack, and the rest of it's calories. How many calories are you gonna need? And I see a lot of people, their bug out bags, their creature comforts, they've got like iPads loaded with books and stuff. Look, that's not bugging out, that's playing. There's no resupply. Carry stuff that matters, because the truck isn't coming up after you to bring you milk and cookies and lemonade and hand you a pillow and some toothpaste and whatever. You need to get from where you are to where you're going. The end. The end. The rest of it is just playing. Stop playing. Because you should be spending that time and energy that you're using to play on training, building your garden, saving your money so you can buy a piece of land and get out of the rat race 9-to-5 suburban bullcrap that you're living in. I don't want to get condescending again. Morning, Hayden. Hayden just got here. I don't want to get condescending again. But there is no resupply. There's no truck coming. There's nobody that's going to carry your pack but you. Okay, there's no helicopter that's going to what do they call that? Vertical resupply, vertically integrated resupply. You know what I'm talking about. Lower the winch line and drop you a basket full of food and, you know, tacos, and it's... Please be really serious and really logical about what your situation looks like on it. Honestly, what is it going to look like? I would submit, and this is me saying this, I would submit that our bug out bags and bug out systems, okay, because the bag is only a part of it. What's the system, T? Check it up, or check it out. What's in a bug out bag video? I've got it up on my page. But it's your EDC, a chest rig, your rucksack, and a long gun. That's me. You guys do what you need to do. But I would say that our systems need to mirror ultralight hiking as much as they mirror, you know, an infantry loadout. Okay? So there's good weight and bad weight. There is no resupply. Is the stuff that you're carrying, does it matter? Now, I get it. Like, I get it. One of the things that I carry, can you see that? There you go. Because it brings me comfort. Right? Get it. But I don't have a whole rucksack full of Bibles. I got one. Okay? Not one rucksack full. I've got one. The rest of it is all business. You can watch my videos and see what I've got in there. It's, I would say, fairly Spartan. There's very few embellishments in my systems. Because the more you do this, the more you realize you don't need all the fancy crap. You don't need all the gadgetry. You don't need all the stuff you've been sold. You need this and these. If you can make these work with this, you're golden. So, there is no resupply. Get your loadout squared away, because nobody's coming to save you and nobody's going to throw your rucksack on a truck. Okay? It's you, your knees, your lower back, your shoulders. It's you. Go through your pack. Take it all apart. Put the basic 5 C's back in it. Cutting tool, combustion, cordage, container, cover. Cover tool, cordage, combustion, container, cover. Put those 5 back into it. Okay? Add your water filter, water purification, whatever. Add that back in. The rest of it, take an honest look at it. Do I need this? If the answer is maybe, set it aside. Now, with the bare bones, put your pack back on. I bet it feels a lot lighter than it did. Okay. Now, reload your pack with everything else and put it back on again. And ask yourself, over the 40 miles, 50 miles, 200 miles that you need to walk with that pack on, which pack would you rather carry? The pack doesn't give you superpowers. The pack is just, it's just equipment. Your superpowers come from in here and from up here and from up here. They're not in that stupid rucksack. That's just stuff. So don't drag a whole bunch of stuff you don't need couple 100 miles because it makes you feel good. Because carrying it is not going to make you feel good. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.